If she can watch some on the phone, that'd be so neat because I want her to know, boy, I was trying to get people from out there that maybe had health problems that did it. And maybe they'll see it in their house and they'll be able to go, wow, we had that same experience, and be able to somehow talk with each other in a better way than this phone stuff, and prevent anybody else from going through that. There's so much I learned from people on the street in Reno and Sacramento. And I didn't know that they could have such conversations and be doing drugs. And I thought, wow. And I realized I had a doctor named Dr. Real, and he was in a little building, and he was a Dr. Harvey, and they're poor, and I got my disability from chronic fatigue syndrome. Well, now...
Can you say that one more time again?
I got my disability from chronic fatigue syndrome, and now I have a rib that has gotten progressively really bad, and I wish I would have went and seen him more and talked to him, because he left UC Davis because a lot of stuff had happened, and he has long names for what I have. It's an immune problem. And I just found it last night online, CFS, and it doesn't say it's chronic fatigue syndrome. It says it's different, and it's really bad if I don't get it fixed, but I have like too much stuff come out my nose, and I'm like, oh my God, this is horrible. At night I do it. And my brother, I didn't know, but he just died. And he's only 53, but the elements got to him. But I realized I read a lot on nutrition. And if I could do it over, I would have called home more, and I would have realized what he was going through. Because I had low blood pressure. So when I did a little bit of drugs to myself, it raised my blood pressure, and I could think. And I was like, whoa. The things that came to my mind, you would not believe, and I lost a lot of that because now it's so illegal. They'll chase you around like you're just a loser. And I hate that word, drug addict, because that's what I see a lot of people get really chased in the ground for, was that. And I had low blood pressure, so it made me feel good. I mean, when I breathe, people go, wow, you shouldn't have to move your whole chest like that, because I have a slip rib. But it did more damage because I kept going, and I kept like being stubborn and obstinate towards the police. And I wish I wouldn't have, because I didn't totally understand. But I brought my blood pressure really low and really high. And I had low blood pressure to begin with for years. But I would have done it all over so I could have helped my brother to deal with people better and to know how to handle situations with women. Because he went and got mad at him, and I don't know if he was murdered or if he just died from the elements out by the Houghton. And I don't think they really know, and I watched true crime for 20 years. So I wanted to be more positive this, but my parents sit and watch like 4 or 5 hours of true crime every night, and I'm like, I am so sad for him, so depressed for him. You got to break that up. It's too hard on your mind.
Wait, so you're saying you were into drugs before?
Yeah, I've changed from 45 to 55 because I kept going back to Sacramento like 9 times.
And what's in Sacramento?
And I was more interested in like the artwork in San Francisco, on people's businesses, on the walls. I mean, we didn't have communication in my family. I don't remember 80% of my life as a teenager. I don't think I really ever lived 20s. I don't have a lot of memories in my young years, my 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, but I did 4 natural doctors. And I learned a lot of stuff, but right now I can't afford that, so I'm eating as best I can. And I do my own little self-therapy type stuff, and I should maybe learn yoga, but I kind of got where I'm like, oh, what about my chi? Because I did ear acupuncture at San Francisco. But man, the way you're treated by some people, and people don't see every corner you go around. You know what I mean? These cities are big. So it makes me, and my dad, he grew up in the city. He never came, and I called him and he grew up in the city, and he didn't wonder where I was, what I was doing, how I was dealing with that. You know, it makes me really know now, people that have kids are different from people that do not have kids.
But you're sober now, right?
Oh God, I have this last 3 times I got my blood pressure checked, and I've gotten a lot of misdiagnosis with the younger cell phone's kind of neat too, that question. But the police will follow you around like maniacs. You see them every 10 minutes, and maybe more than that. And I have a cousin that there's some weird stuff about it though, and I don't regret it. I had low blood pressure. It made me very talented. It pushed the blood through my neck because I have old injuries. See, I have old injuries and my discs are moved kind of a little bit sideways. And once you move a disc from a wreck as a kid, them muscles, boy, they get messed up and they're holding that disc in the wrong place. So I know, I've had people tell me, they go, yeah, you really raise your whole body when you move. And hanging on to stuff is a sign you have a disability. And that's not the kind of traction you should have at 54. So I'm like old, but I'm young.
So how old were you when you were doing this?
I fell on. See, I have a lot of. I'm realizing a lot of injuries are from bike wrecks as a kid, and nutrition. Between 45 and 55, I did. Never did before that, but when I did it, it pushed the blood. I have stagnant blood, is what I believe, because of my injuries. That those nerves and arteries are in between your discs. When they're not moved early enough, like in childhood, I think they get stuck. And you just don't think right. You're like, duh. 20 years homeless? Come on, boy. It's just really crazy. So I wanted my mom to know that because I was seeing some stuff carved in sidewalks, on walls. And once you have to wear reading glasses, you see things. You go, man, are those scratch marks? Really weird stuff, and I barely really have read, but I really liked national bestsellers. So I wanted my mom to know that I wasn't just wasting my time out there. I was trying to find solutions, and I can't access that computer to get really good herbs that can really change this injury and hers.
So you were on drugs from 45 to?
No, off and on, because they won't let you be consistent. But I think I knew kind of sort of what my dosage was.
Oh,
yes.
So these were prescribed.
No, I wish I could have gotten prescribed. There's so much traffic in front of University General. I was like,
what?
Oh, God,
what kind, if you don't mind me asking?
I met a guy in San Francisco that was Mexican and German, and he got his methamphetamine prescribed to him because it helped him. We're a different race. I'm a different race than him. He was German and Mexican. I seen it on his bottle, and I could never find him again. That's the kind of stuff I went through. His name was Jose. I did really fast on a racer bike when I only had 3 of them per minute. Now I'm overworking, and it locks that rib up so I can hardly breathe. It locks the muscle up around the rib, and I have to pop it in and out. This rib right here, and oh man, sometimes just the rib cage right in the front, it gets sore. And I'm like, wow. But no, I've had doctors say, maybe you need trigger point therapy, injections. Maybe, and never give them to me. Maybe you need a multi-mineral vitamin. Never give them to me. Yeah, I mean, that stuff has got to end. And then they told me it's a sore cartilage in Sacramento. Here, they just give me just a little bit of ibuprofen and thyroid medication, and then Medicaid paid for none of it.
So now you're completely off, right? Like you're sober.
Yeah. No, I don't even consider all that because, you know what? Even different medications I have tried from other people, and I told them what I needed. I did. I told them, it's just 40 milligrams of Prozac. No, I left town. A bus didn't get my call forever. Then she comes 2 hours early, and then I didn't have to call forever to get to Mammoth, so I hopped on the bus. Then they stole all my gear in Mammoth and sent me back to Reno, a free transit ticket. So it really slowed me down. But you know what? What that put me through with this rib out, and this rib is like, I can't even imagine. I feel like it's worse than any condition on earth. I do. It's a constriction, and my upper back right in there where that rib is gets really, really sore. And I'm like, oh my God. Okay. And so I would tell myself, don't be a smartass when you're ever on that and you think that it helps you on dope, ever. Because I hated seeing cops pass me every freaking 5 minutes and steal my gear 18 times on the way to the store to get my disability on. So I would have told myself when I was a little younger, and if I would have known what I know now, don't even pay attention to them. Steal your food off your grocery cart so that the drug will have a worse effect on you. I would have told myself, get a car first. Stay at home longer. I wouldn't have left my brother in that situation that I didn't know he did drugs off and on and had different women for 20 years while I was over there studying my Bible in California and not really, we didn't keep in contact. So I didn't know how to help him then. And then he died. I was like, oh my God, he was too young for that. You know, he was way too young. How did he die at 53 and my brother Paul was in prison at 62? We were the youngest. Me and Lance were the youngest. So I wanted my mom to know, so that's why I did this. If she can watch some on the phone, that'd be so neat because I want her to know, boy. I was trying to get people from out there that maybe had health problems that did it. And maybe they'll see it in their house and they'll be able to go, wow, we had that same experience, and be able to somehow talk with each other in a better way than this phone stuff, and prevent anybody else from going through that, what he went through and what I went through. You know what I mean? So that's what I do. I hope this gets around to where, I hope people just go, hey, click on that video. That'd be neat. It'd be so neat. That's what I want. I want better education, because this last 3 times I got my blood pressure, before my blood pressure was low, it was like 98 over 65. It was always low. So I know it wasn't the drugs. I had low blood pressure way before I did the drugs. But this last year, my blood pressure, I went in the hospital, and they illegally put me in the hospital. I almost froze to death. I got lost in the snow about 2.5 feet up at Longbourn getting my disability on because they shut down Social Security. So I walked all the way there. I still ain't got a car, but the way I use the new and improved tactics is horrible in Sacramento. It's horrible. I'm trying my damnedest now to get a car so I can save, so I can bring people things they needed. If I have the means to do that, I'm going to do that. Because sleeping by a railroad track and that train is roaring by and you're so tired, that's not normal to sleep through that kind of noise. It's not, you're in war. They're in war out there.
For this, let's go back to the second question. Is there any regret that you have?
No, because I'm going to elaborate on this. I've taken other people's medication. It's head medication. It helps you sleep. It is worse than methamphetamines. I'm running in door jams going, well, I am so tired. No, that is a stimulant which pressurized and pushed my blood through. And I could think I'm better. I was like, whoa, I feel better. You know, they don't have a prescription like that for me now. They don't. I'm not going in a hospital again unless I'm dead.
So you were taking meth before?
Yeah, and I don't feel good with it. Now, though, it don't have a good effect on me. But I believe it pressurized my low blood flow.
But that was before. You were taking meth, and then now it's like...
Yeah, and other people's medications, oh, God. I was taking naps and parks. It made me feel like hell. It made me feel horrible. Even alcohol makes you feel horrible. But meth didn't. It made me feel like I have energy. I don't have energy hardly ever. I really don't. So that's all I want to say. But now it won't give me energy. And there's different ways to do it, too, and they kept messing that up, too, on the street. There's different ways you can store it. You can inject it. You can smoke it.
Are you still on it?
No.
Oh.
No. But see, that's the thing. They interfered with my beginning knowledge of feeling good and kept messing with it and messed with your shoes.
How long has it been?
It's been a process the last 10 years. So the people I met on it and stuff too, to me, the stuff I know now about the height of your shoe, the orthotics in your shoes, the comfortability, there's people somewhere out there in this world that's messed with my orthotics that I bought, 9 of them. Moved the store, I can't even find it, nothing online. Maybe so that I'd have to go to a doctor and get it done wrong, get the orthotic done wrong. To me, that was messing with my structure. You know what I mean? It really messed with the curvature of my back and stuff, to where it slowed down the chiropractic care so that I didn't get well faster. I want people to know that, because I had 35 chiropractors I went to. I've been to about 8 doctors, and the things they told me, I'm like, oh my God.
Where are you staying now?
I'm at my mom's. I'm staying at my mom's. It was like my tailbone. I tried to dry my hair. I cut it too short in 9th grade. And boy, I didn't realize until they're still in my orthotics, still in the needle I was going to slam with, and for the second time, it would have made me feel better than smoking, because there's different things that get plugged up in your body according to how different you use the medication. But those streets, boy, they're bad. So anybody sees this, I hope to God maybe they can get a hold of me and go, hey, wow, let's write. Maybe there's a place where they can write a letter and correspond and answer questions. You know what I mean? I don't want this to continue to scrap out on the street. And what it does to your breathing and your upper back, oh man, it's hell. It is horrible. And people think, and you can't just put on Bengay. I've tried every pain reliever there is, and I don't think it's good for your skin no more. I don't. I think it should. You got to get to heal, not just keep loosening up the muscle with Bengay. And some people, I hate the smell of it, so I don't put it on no more.
Okay, one more, last one. Any last piece of advice?
I wish I was younger. My upper back hurts bad from this disc popping in and out, rolling on racquetballs. And I rolled on the racquetballs, and no one, chiropractors told me that way late in the game. But I was going to lay on 6 of them at once, tennis balls. And then I started hearing this in CVS Pharmacy. Yes, security at aisle 5. They started cutting the tennis balls in half, putting weird toys on them. So you don't roll on it and pop and squish the muscle the same. So yeah, there's things that happen on the street that made me, where I have this kind of back pain, to where I can't push the muscle in as well. And massage there is expensive.
And if I publish this will be okay with you, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Just don't. I don't know if they can. I don't know if anybody can edit and change film. Do you think they can? I think they can. Yeah, just don't do nothing like that, please. I'd be so mad. Where is that girl?
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.